How terrorists seize control of young people's mind and pursue them to join a terror organization. Because you simply don't go shopping for clothes online to joining a terror group. When we think of people joining a terror organization, we think of people who have had a difficult upbringing. They are frustrated psychopaths and dangerous criminals. Unfortunately, this is not the case. People from industrialized countries with well-qualified backgrounds and quality education even join terrorist organizations. In a research by United Nations, it is proven that highly educated people are likely to join a terrorist organization, and terrorists even recruit through educational institutes. Al-Shabaab, a militant group in Africa, is known to use Quranic schools to recruit children. Now let's look at what inspires people towards joining a terror group. There are two kinds of factors: push factors and pull factors. Push factors can be defined as negative circumstances that the person tries to escape by joining the group, while the pull factors represent the positive incentives attracting people to join the terror group. Now let's talk about push factors. Push factors are also called the root causes, and they must be tackled in order to reduce recruitment rate. And according to UN Security General Plan of Action to Prevent Violent Extremists, one major push factor is that your in-group has a threat of existence. An in-group could be anything: religion, nationality, local tribe, etc. People are led to believe that their in-group has faced a notion of injustice, whether real or perceived. Injustice includes disappointment from democratic process, widespread corruption, police violence, and perceived or real discrimination. Another push factor is poverty, marginalization, and discrimination, and a weak social structure. These are the crucial factors, since special risk groups such as street children, the poor, people who are refugees may have a high level of recruitment exposure. Lack of protection and experience of violence is also an influencing push element. Children who are left without parents or families to look after them are more sensitive, especially in conflict areas. At the same time, in war zones, parents are frequently forced into giving custody of their children. In other instances, parents may volunteer their children for ideological reasons or material benefits. Lack of education and job options are important variables that may encourage people towards joining a terror group. And don't get me wrong, educated people also join terrorist organizations, but people without primary education are hyper delicate. Now let's jump to pull factors. Propaganda and marketing have been extensively used to draw people into terrorism, and they often include messages that associate social status and prestige with membership in the group. Motives of honor and status have also played a significant role in recruitment process of suicide bomber. As per a research paper called "The Lure of Youth into Terrorism," another major pull factor is revenge. Feeling of revenge and indirect identification with victims of violence may trigger anger and desire to retaliate on the enemy. The broadcasting of vivid photos of armed conflict also motivates sensitive people. In a study by Ranjan Besra, he showed how previous involvement in criminal activities significantly increases the chances of joining a terrorist organization, because it could be seen as heroic or justifying the conduct of criminal acts. In either instances, it may provide a sense of purpose while providing the same benefit as gang membership, power, violence, and adventure. Material incentives are also used to attract new recruits. Material incentives could be anything from drugs to guns. There are many ways in which a terrorist organization recruits, but there's broadly a common pattern to everything. Scott Gravel and Sarah Delhi have finally exposed this pattern in their study called Al-Qaeda Terrorist Selection and Recruitment. This pattern has three types: the net, the funnel, and infection. In the first type, called the net, propaganda such as video clips or messages is distributed by violent extremists and terrorist groups to a similar responsive targeted demographic. In the second type, called the funnel, it is more of a mental and emotional contest. It involves a step-by-step strategy to identify and recruit certain individuals who are ready for recruitment, as well as the use of psychological tricks to improve commitment and dedication. During this stage, even children who are not fully recruited may develop a positive attitude towards the group's activities. Now it's time for the final stage, named infection. When the target population is difficult to reach, an agent can be inserted to pursue recruitment from within. This is the most dangerous part. Using direct and personal appeals, the social bond between the recruiter and the targets may strengthen by appealing to issues such as social dissatisfaction or marginalization. This is how the terrorists appeal to emotions of people. Now let's have a look at the most popular methods of recruitment. Terrorist groups engage in forced and often brutal recruitments. They even kidnap and purchase people from traffickers. People living in poverty and street children are especially exposed to forcible recruitment campaigns. Even schools are used to recruit students. Certain terrorist groups have control over specific areas. Their authority may extend to schools, which then are used as a medium to hire. ISIS used an exceptionally sophisticated system of education-based recruitment. It operates 1,350 primary and secondary schools, which delivers the group message to over 100,000 children in Iraq and Syria. Beyond Iraq and Syria, ISIS supporters have established extremist madrasas to radicalize young supporters. Madrasas are basically Islamic schools. Another source of recruitment is through ties between the group and community leaders. Sometimes communities support an armed group listed as a terrorist group because the group is perceived as defending the community against threats from other armed groups or even a state. In such a situation, families and community leaders may encourage children to join the armed group. Another common type of recruitment is cross-border. People crossing borders to join a terrorist organization do so on their own, or some travel with their parents or relatives or even friends. Others are kidnapped and forced to travel countries. Terrorist groups also take advantage of ungoverned areas. A good example is Lake Chad, which is located in Africa and spans the border of Niger, Cameroon, Chad and Nigeria. But no government has a presence there. Boro Haram is a terrorist group that provides food, water and security to villagers, in turn which led to more people joining the terror group. And this approach of providing food and water to villages in exchange for recruits and taxes is highly popular across the continent of Africa. The next recruitment method is fairly recent, but it can provide maximum recruits. It is the online recruitment. It expands the reach of group's message and gets to potential recruits throughout the world. And as the internet is getting cheaper and widely available, this method is working very well. Social media platforms including emails, chat rooms, e-groups, message boards, video recordings and applications are especially popular recruitment tools. We will discuss two of the most popular tailor-made strategies that have been exposed in a study by Gabriel Wayman called The Emerging Role of Social Media in Recruitment of Foreign Fighters. The first is known as grooming, which involves establishing a trusting connection in which the abuser learns about the individual's hobbies. The second strategy is targeted advertising. By tackling online behavior, a group can identify people who are open to propaganda and adjust the narrative to their needs. And these terrorist organizations have customized messaging. They appeal to emotions. All of the messages sent by terrorist organizations know how to influence people's emotion rather than relying entirely on evidence. And the terror group invests in long-term campaign rather than one-off campaigns. Now the question is how we can stop terror recruitment. The very basic and root solution is to support the families. Families are particularly important in preventing people from getting recruited. Families are the first to detect the risk and they can provide necessary support to the people. Different services may prove useful in supporting families. For example, family counseling. Another method is building a multi-agency approach. It includes building partnerships at local level, and democratic society involvement to build deeper trust and relationship between communities. Moreover, hotlines could be set up to help respond to crisis in a timely way, and hotlines are very important in conflict zones. Another very important part is online intervention, which focuses on the identification and removal of content that can be used for the purpose of recruitment. And online intervention requires partnership with the internet providers and social media platforms. And one major method which can prevent people from joining the terrorist organization is cross-border cooperation to prevent travel. And this concept is very simple. If people cannot travel to countries like Syria or Iraq, they have a very tiny possibility of becoming a complete terrorist. Individuals who cross national borders to join terrorist and violent extremist groups must be identified quickly. Cross-border cooperation between agencies is a must. Terrorists are among us. If we can prevent terrorist organization from capturing someone's mindset, we can fully stop them. Because even terrorist organization cannot function without human resource.